Sure.
Oh, that was a great comment. I'd do it for fun.
Well, it's like one of my favorite podcasts is called the
Whatever podcast?
Not the Whatever podcast. It's the it'll come to mind. It's an odd name, but I like it. But it's street interviews, right?
Okay.
And the guy just
you told me about this guy, and he's asking like serious questions.
Yeah, he asks questions in a critical way, and he asks all the women. He asks, "Would you rather never work another day and not earn another dollar, or would you rather earn $100,000 as a sewage worker?" And all the women were never work another day, but never earn another dollar. And all the dudes were like, $100,000. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Which I would do.
Right.
I might.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Heck no.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's where he leans liberal.
No, I just feel like I could put my mind to something else that'll get me $100K.
That's
there
okay.
you go.
Do you have something in mind that would do that?
Well, today we were actually remodeling a house, and one of the toilets was taken out, and I was already smelling the sewage. So I was like, okay, this is a little bit better. It wasn't as strong.
You'll stay on top of the ground, not under the ground. Gotcha. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sweet. So tell me what you do again, because I picked you up from.
Yeah, you were picking me up from our office, actually. So I work in the remodeling space. So I specifically focus on marketing, face-to-face marketing.
That's what I remember.
We'll open up shops inside of like Walmarts, and we'll build out our product there. And I'll build teams, and we'll all like communicate with the customers. So I focus heavy on that. I'm in between basic and intermediate for sales. So I can go inside of the home and actually sell the project, take the measurements and whatnot. And then now I'm like rookie installer. So I'm a homeowner. So I'm thinking, well, why don't I learn how to remodel a bath, do kitchen, floor? It's just going to benefit me in the long run.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's a good skill to help. When it comes to your job or the company you work for, is it more of a liberal company? Or are they kind of like in between?
So we're a veteran-owned company. So that's
a conservative company.
Yeah, for sure. Most of our customers are veterans too. So
okay, that's awesome. Okay, that's actually you could do content just on that.
Oh,
dude.
for sure.
Like you could probably interview the veterans that you're helping and do like a time lapse video of the work that y'all do in the home. Oh man, you can make some money off TikTok.
Yeah, for sure. And it's kind of ironic, because when you say, the first thing that comes to my mind when you say marketing, because I came from 12 years of marketing.
You did not come from marketing, Nick.
Dude, I did too. I worked at marketing boutiques. I worked for the Chicago Tribune. I was a marketer. I was a copywriter. All we did was marketing. All we did was mail campaigns and online campaigns.
You're saying everything that's obsolete right now, but okay.
So what?
Those still work.
So what? I'm also saying for the last 12 years.
Don't defend him.
Anyway, you say marketing, especially in DFW or any market, I think liberal, dude. Because you go to like these creative marketing boutiques where you have to use the proper pronoun.
Right.
Everyone's got
their an effing break, dude.
Their colorful hair.
Right.
I think,
pronouns are pissing me off, too. Like if I see pronouns in a bio, swipe.
Yeah,
like, and I'm not saying that I'm not dating. I'm talking about like if I'm just looking at a profile on social media. Yeah. And I'm saying I want to connect with them on the podcast or whatever. I'll swipe it.
They're probably from California or New York at that point.
Yeah.
Or Oregon.
Or Oregon. Oh, yeah. Wait, do you have some connections to Oregon?
I lived in Oregon for a year.
That's right.
Yeah, I was telling you about that riot.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Let's get into that, because I remember you saying you were on the ground level.
Yeah, so I was actually in downtown Portland. I was just skateboarding on my day off, and they were protesting because they passed that law where people were going to be criminalized if they try to abort their child, something like that.
Roe v. Wade?
It was in 2022.
That's Roe v. Wade.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I was just minding my own business, and I see what appears to be like a Christmas parade of just people in mass and a bunch of rainbow colors and stuff like that. It's just a combination, and they're literally busting windows and they're busting cars. And I was thinking in my mind, I was like, you guys are busting property of people who are probably supporting you. Most of the people in this state lean your way.
Yeah. That's occurred to me a lot.
And the businesses too. The The businesses are a lot of family-owned restaurants in downtown Portland too. Wow. So I started to record it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this on my TikTok. So I started to record it, and I got approached by several people in masks, and they started to swing at me. One of them was like brandishing a firearm in a bag, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, whoa. I was like, I'm not against whatever you guys are.
Fascist.
You know, don't do anything to me. You know, don't shoot me. You know,
he started becoming.
That's unbelievable, man.
He went into chameleon mode, and he said, "Hey, I'm one of you. I support you."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just to not get shot.
Right, and they're like, delete the video. I was like, it's deleted, but I kept it, and then that was about it. And then after that, I went on my social media. And I was like, man, like this is crazy. The world we live in right now. This is just crazy. Someone's gonna beat me up. For that.
You did pretty well with that video, didn't you?
Yeah, I got 60,000 views, which was the most for just a regular person. You know, that was a lot of views. You know, a lot of comments too. A lot of people saying, "Yep, we left Oregon in 2000 and went to dump back then." Yeah, we've been gone since the 90s. Like that was like most of the comments. Wow. No one was supporting in my video. I don't know. Maybe those were the algorithm were people that thought more towards. I was recording it because I wasn't supporting it, you know. So
yeah. Now, did that video get taken down?
It did.
Yeah. So the TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So TikTok censors a lot of people. Even though I like TikTok, you just have to work around their censorship, for lack of better terms.
You like TikTok?
Well, it's because I make money off of it.
Right.
Yeah. And when you make money off of it, you kind of have to adhere to the rules, but you just there's a way to work around the way they censor people, and so you have to say AB instead of abortion. You have to say grape instead of rape. You know, you just got to
self-deletion.
Self-deletion.
Can't say suicide.
Oh, I don't
self-delete.
I don't think that's a good.
Oh, you can't say the S word, dude.
Yeah, probably not.
You know, the craziest thing about that riot was the cops, they typically like don't get involved right away. They wait until it, because the first time I went to Oregon was May of 2020. Yeah. And I was just visiting around that time, first night. And I was like, I want to go see the city. And they had the police out there with the rubber bullet guns, and they were doing a protest too. But all of the protests out there are always, they turn violent. You see like guys like shirtless, just shoot me. I don't care. Like it was pretty crazy. Like 30 cops with the rubber guns. I was like, wow, this is crazy. It's like a California 2.0, you know?
Dude. Yeah. Wait, did you see riots in California?
I did. Yeah, I used to live in Los Angeles too, so I see a lot of that. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing over there.
So you said it was in 2022 when it happened in Oregon.
And 2020. I went there to visit. I was thinking about living there at the time.
Were you there during Chaz? The whole Chaz thing?
I'm not familiar with Chaz.
Where they took over entire city blocks.
Wait, was this recently?
Yeah, like 20. Well, I think it was during the George Floyd riots is what kind of.
So that was 2020.
Yeah, and so they y'all don't remember Chaz. That's interesting. Where they blocked off entire like blocks of the city, and it was sort of a community inside of a community where cops couldn't go.
I remember that.
I've seen that.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
You saw the Chaz? Dude.
That must have been around the time from what I saw, because I saw them protesting something, but I was just like going by. I didn't really take the time. Plus, I was scared. I was like, I don't want to get shot with a rubber bullet. Like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. For good reason. He wants to be shot with a rubber bullet.
That's critical thinking.
Right.
I mean, let's not
we're just proving more and more that he's a conservative. Screw being a moderate. He's a conservative.
Yeah.
We're going to label you a conservative.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought just as time goes by, it just seems I more and more resonate, because the left, you know, whenever I was a little kid, they didn't seem as crazy as they are now, you know?
Yeah, they weren't. They weren't that crazy.
Well, no, Chuck Norris is a prime example of that. Whenever they asked him, because he used to be Democrat, and they asked him, hey, why'd you switch from Democrat to Republican? He's like, well, the Democratic Party used to represent what the Republican Party represents now.
Yeah.
And that's why he switched. And it was very calm.
Yeah, well, if you ever get a chance to listen to, you can probably look it up on YouTube. John F. Kennedy's inauguration speech when he became the president. This guy was the Democrat of the time, and he was talking. He sounded like Trump today.
Yeah,
like it was nuts.
Yeah.
Like he was.
I love watching those old videos, dude.
Yeah, nationalism and patriotism and strong borders and.
Yeah, we talked about that in the car ride. I threw out a crazy idea. I was like, what if the assassination of JFK was racially motivated by him appointing, African American people into political spots.
That's
and
right.
He got killed in Texas around the time where people wouldn't have been okay with that. So
that's so true. Yeah, I totally forgot that we talked about that.
That's a pretty good perspective. I mean, you never know. I mean, there's so much around the killing of JFK.
Right.
I think they just released all the files, but it's hard to go through all that because it's so vast.
But I mean, that's if that wasn't the reason, then a lot of people looked at that as a definite advantage. Like we got rid of him for this reason and this reason, but this reason over here, the African American reason, we took care of that too.
Well, it probably was suppressed because they don't want
that.
They don't. I guess they didn't want that to be a kind of a motivator. So I bet you anything that if that was suppressed, it was probably suppressed on the Democratic side. Like if they suppressed the reason why, like maybe this was the reason why the assassination happened, but I don't think that worked for their agenda, so they tried to rework it a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know enough about it except for what I learned watching Oliver Stone's JFK.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
No, but I've done the whole.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I've done the whole tour multiple times. I went inside of the building and listened to all the audio and stuff like that. It's really sad, honestly, just walking around. I feel sad every time I go over there.
Yeah.
Is this something I can go to right now?
Yeah.
I haven't been there. I need to go there.
You got to check it out.
Yeah, the School Book Depository over in Dallas.
There's literally X's on the ground where the bullets are permanently, so you can just go and see. And there's people there every day, even late at night. Yeah. They're touring, and there's like the knoll, the grassy knoll. You stand right there. There's like theories of the other shooter. They saw smoke behind a wall. You can just watch it all.
Dude, okay.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually took that tour. I did a documentary of the whole thing.
Okay.
I need to go look at this.
That was way back in college. But
we should hire a camera guy and just go.
You should. You literally stand in the window where the guy shot, and they have all the boxes. It's like a business that ships books, and he was a worker there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you stand in the window. You see the vantage point. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I need to go.
Yeah, have you heard of this is crazy. You should look this up when you get a chance. And I hate saying that to people. Look it up. But the similarities, I know you do. The similarities between the JFK assassination and the Abraham Lincoln assassination. Have you heard all the similarities? Like, and they go on forever. And there's just the most abstract things like
we should do a whole episode on
Lincoln was assassinated at the Ford Theater, and Kennedy was assassinated in a Ford Lincoln.
Oh my God!
I've heard that
stuff
before.
like that.
That'd be fun.
But there's just factoids like that, just like 100 long.
Did they ever prove if Abraham's assassination was racially motivated for?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because he's the one that was abolishing slavery.
I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think the nation looks at it and goes, "Oh yeah, he freed the slaves," so they got rid of them. You
got to think about it like Nick likes to think about it when it comes to critically, because Lincoln freed the slaves, so he abolished slavery, and who was for slavery? The Democrats.
The Democrats.
He is the one. The Democrats are the one who created what? The KKK.
The KKK. And then when that didn't work, they created the John Crow laws.
Who started the Republican Party?
Lincoln.
No, black people. Black people started the Republican Party.
Well, I'm sure black people were all about the Republican Party.
Yeah. There was a whole truth meme that was going out there, and it actually listed out all the black representatives that started the Republican Party. It was
back in 1850.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 1850. Yeah, 1850.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that could be a whole like that. I think that would be a good episode where we just do the correlation between.
I'm all about it, man. I love the.
You want to come back for another episode?
Yeah, for sure.